Okay, you're probably like, oh, gee, what in the world is this title? Gingers are black, ancestors are arriving. So I just saw this on TikTok, and the first thing that I heard was the fact of that you will see more of this. You will see more of ancestral information coming to the forefront. And it makes me think of all the times that God was like, I can't tell you the truth until you're actually ready to hear the truth, because you won't believe me. And see, the funny thing about this is the fact of that I think now we're more open-minded to knowing about ancestors, and we're more, or like, generationally we're more open to learning about ancestors, and we're more open to about learning, what our world is, like the background of it. And just a lot more conversations are coming to the light, because there's an acceptance. Thank you. There's an acceptance, right? And so, as you guys know, Pluto being in Aquarius, the reason why a lot of this is coming up, because Aquarius rules the 11th house. The 11th house has to do with groups of people, and basically society. And the truth about society is the fact of that we've now reached a point to where we can understand the truth of certain groups of people. And there are people that's not going to believe it, and there's our people that, but I'm just letting y'all know that the ancestors are very open and upfront and honest about what they see, but what they hear, and what they have observed. Okay. Now, I know it's really late, but I'm coming to tell y'all all this because y'all can watch this in the morning when you wake up, and I can get this off my chest, because the closer that we get to Jupiter in Cancer, it's going to be more of an expansion of ancestral things. Once again, like I told you, this is all ancestral. Okay. Um a lot of people are going to take a leap of faith towards things. The biggest leap of faith I feel like a lot of people are going to take is that the way they make money, it's not going to work anymore. People are going to work smarter, not harder. There are so many tactics you can use in order for you to expand of how you make your money, or how you find your stability. But I'm telling you now, each tactic, each strategy, it's not going to work. It's not meant to work for you. Example, I remember somebody was telling me, they was like, oh, you got to work this way, that way. That's how you work smarter, not harder. Okay. But one thing about me is I don't like I don't like to overwork no more. That's just not my thing. I'm not going to overwork myself. I'm not going to have myself be agitated. That's not going to work anymore. And right now, society is trying to tell everybody that you need to figure it out quickly, 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 quickly. That is what society is telling everybody. Y'all need to figure it out quickly, or you won't have no house, you won't have no car, you won't have no money, you won't have no food. That is the part that we, as a collective, we need to slow down. This month is actually about raising your frequency. The more I think about it, this month is all about raising your frequency. Okay? And I'm telling y'all now, the way society is going, everybody remembers Mars in Cancer. When Mars was in Cancer, I mean, everybody was just in this energy like, I need some money, nigga. The fuck I'm gonna do with $200? They were like, their dire need for things is seriously like, it seriously put them in a very, 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 what do they call it, penny pinching. I don't even want to say stingy. I just want to say like penny pinching and nitpicking when it came to their stability. And so, one of the things that's happening in the month of May that I feel like a lot of people are underestimating is that transfer of the sacral energy, where positive energy is going in, and then negative energy is going out, and then it's just doing it all over again and all over again and all over again. And or it's the change of perspective. That was another thing that was causing a lot of people in the collective to have an issue, is the fact of that something that you weren't able to understand previously, you understand it now. It changed the perspective, so you don't see it as a hit to yourself. A lot of the things that are happening right now are trying to get everybody to understand that you're taking things a little bit too personal. Example, Dre and the lady with the cookies. People are taking things too personal. And I really feel like a lot of people are taking things to be too personal. If I could be honest, A lot of people are taking things a little bit too personal because of the fact of it's it's the way they see themselves. It's something that they're lying about under the surface. You remember, the moon is the darkness. The moon is only the only light that people see in the midst of darkness. And what I feel like is the reason why people are taking certain things a little bit too personal is because whatever's being said, being done has illuminated the darkness. You can see it all around TikTok right now. You can see it all around Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that. You can see all of that. And that's the part where it's like you need to take a leap of faith into a new direction. You need to take a leap of faith into a new direction. Like everybody needs to literally look at the direction that they're going and take a quick left. And you're probably like, why? Everything in my life is going great right now. Right. You got to take a quick left. Okay? It's not about it's not it's not about the stoplight that's in front of you. It's the things that are happening to the road in front of that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. People are taking things too personal because of the fact of it's illuminating something that they see already. It's an insecurity, something they're trying to hide. Boom. People are also trying to make it seem like their households are more stable than they are. They're not. Boom. It's not working. Ancestral information is coming up now because we are able to handle it. It's not about you understanding it. It's not about you accepting it. It's just the fact of that you have a little bit of awareness. And I think because the level of awareness has gone up as a collective since Jupiter's been in Gemini, you can't unhear shit. Regardless if you believe that gingers are black, or regardless if you believe that the ancestral energy, regardless of what you believe, it's showing that something you have hidden. Literally. You don't like, I literally had a girl stitch my video and was like, you can't listen to people that talk about astrology. She literally said nothing. And I'm like, if you listen to what I said about Jupiter and Cancer, everything that I described in my video is everything that is going to happen. I told y'all women were going to start arguing with each other and going back and forth. They put a statue of a black lady in New York and bitches went crazy. We don't know the future. We don't know if they're going to put other shapes and sizes and other ethnicities in there. We don't know. But just for that, you caused that big of a disturbance. She took them putting that lady in the park as a hit. You know why? Because it's illuminating the insecurity of herself. It's illuminating her shallowness. I don't think y'all understand that. Being, what is the definition of shallow? Hold on. Hold on. What is the definition of shallow? I'm going to be quick because I got to go to bed. I'm tired. But the definition of shallow says of little depth. If we have gone through a time period where we're trying to we're trying to go below the surface, if we've been showing how we are looking for a deeper intimacy, better connections, meaningful connections, purposeful connections, just a little bit more intimacy, even with self. As you know, one of the things that I want you to understand is as you heal certain vulnerabilities and intimacy, it unlocks certain things with your body. Your sex life gets better. You know, it's so funny because somebody was like, oh, sex was good when I didn't have a lot of self-respect. And don't get me wrong, I get what she meant, but when I thought about it, it only was okay because of the fact of it was feeding the emotions that you couldn't obtain for yourself. You dig what I'm saying? So think about it. You're having sex with somebody, your vibration goes up. Okay? If they don't match it, the sex normally is trash. So as you ascend, your sex life ascends because of the fact of the emotions that you need fulfilled, you aren't looking for them outside of yourself. You see what I'm saying? You're not confusing your energy of true horniness with the need of intimacy or the need of comfort. The codependency of emotions, you're not utilizing sex as that. Those are two different feelings. Orgasms in the core of you will get stronger as you build a lot of emotional independence and vulnerability with self. Seriously, I'm noticing that as long as this little energy exchange is happening between the sacral of your perspective changing based off of how you healed, how you've learned, and how you've utilized the things that you've learned in the world. That also changes how creative you are, how open-minded you are about your creative outlooks and projects, your emotions, sex, all of it. It all goes into one. So I was just telling them on TikTok, I said, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I think I'm gonna get out of the creator fund. And a part of me had thought about getting out of the creator fund, but I was like, shit, I done made money from it, so why get out of it? Then I realized as you are getting exposure, now that is in the control of TikTok. See, because we are in an energy that is supposed to get us to flourish in a very authentic way, we cannot be controlled off the circumstances of a platform. You have to be able to utilize your control. And it's so funny because um it makes me think of this video that I saw that was just like, even on the internet, your energy is magnetic. That I do believe. I do believe that your energy is magnetic on the internet. But I also believe when your energy is being restricted. And I know for a fact of, like, I'm gonna give y'all an example. When you're doing something and you constantly feel like you're hitting your head, or you feel like your efforts aren't being met with the recognition you deserve, that is God's way of saying, I need you to pivot. I need you to turn. I need you to look at this, see something different. I need you to maneuver over here, which is why I've been getting back on YouTube more often, and I've been doing more lives. I don't even know why I've been feeling called to go to YouTube. I know why, but I don't know my subconscious knows why. My conscious mind doesn't know why. We're back to like how I did lives on TikTok is how I'm doing lives on here, because I just feel like you want to be somewhere, and this even goes for your job. This even goes for your hobbies. You want to be somewhere where your energy isn't restricted. So it's like if you pivot and you show your consistency where your energy cannot be restricted, look how far you can go. Society is not ready for that because of the fact of it's too unknown. You know the guidelines that you have to follow in order to be monetized on TikTok, right? So if you know you got to do something that's over a minute long, it has to get this, it gets that. Then all of a sudden you do the requirements, but then the outcome is dependent on how they push it, or how that goes into that doesn't add up. There's a restriction there. And see, right now we're in a flow of abundance, and abundance cannot be in a restricted area, because then what it causes you to do is it causes you to put in more energy where it's not needed. And if we are in an energy, or if we're in a time right now that is focusing solely on the energy and the frequency, that means that you don't have time to continue to plot and plan and strategize how to get rich schemes. You don't have time for that. It makes me think of and it's so funny because I just had this download, and I literally been seeing it on TikTok. And I'm not going to say that there aren't people on TikTok that aren't making their money. I honestly and truthfully do believe that some people, that's just their speed. But I'm telling you, there is a collective of people that it's not enough. Because you don't have a niche, because you don't have a lane, it's not enough. And you're not meant to. Please understand this. You're not meant to. You're not meant to. And it also makes me think of when I was talking about Meg the Stallion, when she had posted she had posted that something with, it was like something gotta change with the hotties. And because she said her song wasn't doing good or whatever, her album, whatever she said. And remember I said about how she wasn't finding she wasn't allowing herself to expand through growth. She wasn't letting it. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, it's only so much, it's only so much we could deal with before it's like, okay, Meg, instead of you trying to make the music in order to satisfy those people, you need to make the music that you feel called to make, and the change, and it will go towards the different people. The same way she did the was it Korean or was it Japanese? I don't know. But y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the oh, no Tachi Wasta. That song, how it literally transformed her into another ethnicity. She brought in a whole nother group. It brought her into a whole nother ethnicity. And not saying that she wasn't before, but just think about it. You dig what I'm trying to say? I feel that the way the world is about to go, okay, there's going to be a new wave, all right? First of all, the new wave is going to be YouTube. YouTube is going to be the new wave. And I'm saying that because of the fact of YouTube has always been the bread and butter. But I think because YouTube is so big, people get nervous and they get very intimidated because of the fact that it's like, okay, I got one view. I only have 300 subscribers. Okay, I don't have this yet. I don't have that yet. You would make more consistently on YouTube before you made on TikTok. Because on TikTok, it forces you to follow a trend that doesn't go with who you are. So you start doing like get ready with me, and you start doing this, you start doing that. You're not utilizing TikTok in the sense of you being authentic. You're utilizing TikTok in a sense of like, okay, I've seen other people do it, so I can do it. Let me do it that way. This is how they're doing it, so let me see if I can do it that way. YouTube is probably the number one platform that you can literally just go and you can grow with it over time. Everything right now is going to be something that you're going to have to grow with over time. It's literally like ego. Everything that's happening right now is a hit to your ego. This exchange that's happening with your sacral, with your emotions, your perspective, all that is taking hits at your ego. Because Mars is in Leo, okay? Mars is in Leo. You move towards everything that you do is going to be based off your pride and your ego. If you can evolve with your ego, you will be fine during these times. But if people are not going to be able to evolve with their ego because of the fact that they're going to constantly be seeking that external validation, the number one killer of ego is external validation. The codependent need to be validated from someone else. As someone that has a Leo moon, that is one of the lessons that I had to overcome, is external validation of my emotions. There's a thing about external validation of people's ego, and more, it's not even about how people see them. It's kind of a percentage of how many people can agree with me, who supports me. If Leo is a sister sign of Aquarius, and Aquarius is all about being the humanitarian, being the leader, being the outcast, all of that. If Aquarius doesn't care who supports them, a Leo does. Leos love to be admired. They love to be, just everything. Just, oh, I love you. I'm obsessed. They love that. So with Mars being in Leo, that's the only way people are going to make moves, is if they have people behind them agreeing with them. I think you should do that. I think you should feel that way. I think you should change that. It's not about what someone else says. This is a common way that your spirit guides, God, whoever you believe in, is asking you, what do you think? Most Leos fear to act alone out of not being supported. Wherever you have Leo in your chart, if I'm not gonna lie, and we can call a spade, most Leos fear not being supported. Because if you feel like the world revolves around you, you expect for the world to always agree with you, right? I'm not saying the world can't revolve around you, because as you guys know, the world does revolve around me, but I don't need the world to agree with me. I don't need that confirmation from the world. This is why Neptune and Aries is really hitting hard, because of the fact that every synchronicity you get, every hit that you get in your subconscious mind is a very direct message of, yeah, let's dead this. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And it reflects in your reality based off your actions. I don't need somebody to validate my rest. I don't need you to question it, because of the fact of it's not even going to make sense to you. Mars and Cancer, people could not understand why so many people was be having so many emotional boundaries. They couldn't understand, why do you have so many emotional boundaries? Why are you so, like, why is this not a big deal to you? Because of the fact that there is emotional security there. There's stability here. I don't need to run myself down to the ground. I don't need you to validate how I feel. I don't need you to figure this out for me. I already set the foundation. Everything you do is extra. Everything. That's the type of mindset that I need everybody to gather themselves on, because ancestors have information and they have energy to give to you. Before this transit is over, this Gemini transit is over, you're going to receive downloads. And I'm telling you right now, getting the confirmation or getting the validation through other people is going to put you behind. And that's a very scary place to be right now, because of the fact of, do you really think you got time to be behind what's going on in the world? No shade, but do y'all really think that? Y'all really think ancestors care about your confusion? You have the awareness, meaning that you already know what's going on. So we don't even got to sit here and act and play like all this stuff is just new to you. Even if you don't directly understand it, trust me, they'll find a way for you to get it. What's going on in the world is not difficult. The things that you need to do in the world is not difficult. The changes that are happening are not difficult. There's nothing difficult in the world happening. Anytime the world gets too difficult is because of the fact of you're making it difficult. And nobody can tell me otherwise. You're either trying to control it, or you're trying to manipulate it, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. The only thing you can do at this time, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, is focus on yourself. Focusing on raising your frequency. How do you raise your frequency? Ignoring negative vibes and negative energy. Putting your boundaries up and speaking to people. No is a complete sentence. Telling people what it is. I'm telling you, I literally posted this on TikTok and I said, I'm to the point now where I really want to tell people, like, stop talking to me. You're taking too much permission that nobody gave you to speak to me. Don't speak on me and don't speak to me. Seriously. I'm starting to realize some people, not enough people have been told to shut the fuck up. Not enough people in the world have been told to shut the fuck up. I'm serious. People think I'm just being mean when I say that. I'm telling y'all, not enough people have been told to shut the fuck up. So I'm telling y'all right now, that's the energy that we are going into, where you're gonna have to just start like today. I'm at the store, and I had to go around this way or whatever. But I guess you're supposed to go around that way. But I told the man, I told the cashier, I was going around that way because that was easier, and I would just go to customer service. There's a man, couple people behind me. He like, oh, you're supposed to go that way. I'm going here. Mind your fucking business. Like, literally, I'm telling y'all, it's just like, it's something in people, and it's an ego thing. And people are, oh, they don't mean no harm by it. No, it's an ego thing. It's something about them that needs to feel heard. It's an ego thing. It's a pride thing. To be the savior, to be, you dig what I'm trying to say? Like, you can't save someone that lives in a world that revolves around them. Whether if it's a negative or a positive, you can't save them. I've never wanted to be quiet so bad around people and ignore people more than I want to do now in life. And people don't understand because of the fact that it's also being comfortable in silence. Someone that is not comfortable with silence is a very annoying, aggravating, dangerous person right now. Because Neptune is in Aries, how the fuck are you listening and talking? With everything that's going on in the world, how are you listening and talking? That's something that I used to tell the people all the time. Like, if we was ever going back and forth, I used to be like, you can't listen and talk at the same time. And I told you, if you're listening, that means you get to see with these. I had a conversation with somebody and they were like, oh, it's just like you just cut me off. First of all, it's because I had already heard enough. And then I realized, you're right. I wouldn't like that, so let me listen. And with me listening allowed me to act. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, the world has not been told to shut the fuck up enough. And the ancestors and everybody that has the information for people to understand how to maneuver. People are losing the sauce right now. People are losing information. People are literally you're losing it. You're literally getting the guide of how you can survive a recession, how you can survive these things, and you're not listening. You're not listening. I'm telling you, so many people have not been told to shut the fuck up before. They steady just talking and talking and talking and talking. And I just be sitting there like, go read a book. Okay? Go read a book. Go write something. Go journal. I've never been so excited about this chapter that I'm walking into from May, because May closes a lot of karmic things that keep you from putting yourself first. Nobody wants to explain the depths behind Jupiter and Cancer. And I don't really like that, because we keep talking about homes and we keep talking about kids and shit. That is the least of our fucking worries. Why are you worried about kids if you don't even have the mental to be able to raise a human? I told y'all a lot of people was getting new homes because you can't be homeless right now. You need to cultivate your own energy, raise your frequency, so you'll be able to survive. Struggle won't survive this energy. I know a lot of people might not believe me, but struggle, you won't survive this energy. People that panic, they won't survive this energy. They won't you can't listen and speak. You can't be asking God, hey, how can I survive this? God, how can I make this money? And when he tell you, you steady talking, you can't talk and listen at the same time. It's actually not possible. In order for you to listen to comprehend, you have to shut up. You have to shut up. I promise you. I'm telling y'all, the person said that I was talking over them, or I was talking before they could finish and I was just being defensive. I said, you know what, you're right. So I shut up and I listened. They weren't expecting my actions to be what they were. I heard you. I stopped talking so I could hear you. And so now I'm going to act off what I heard. And that's people's problems. You not acting off what you hearing because you're not using your ears to see. Because people are literally saying it. It's like, and I feel like the people that are talking, it's because of the fact that they're not listening. And that's the thing. If I'm using my ears as my eyes, my actions are corresponding with exactly what you said. Your actions are only a reflection of yourself. Oh, that's going to change. Oh, yeah, because Mars is in Leo, I want y'all to know people's actions are a reflection of themselves. They're not a reflection of you. Them people is acting because that's how they treat themselves. That's how they act to themselves. That's the perspective that is really opening up people's, like, oh, shit. Here I am over here about to miss out on something because of the fact of I'm too busy thinking about them and their perspective and their outlook. Who cares? Put myself first. This is what I need. I'm just going to hold a boundary of what I'm not going to deal with. If you practice better boundaries, you wouldn't. Okay, let me tell y'all this, because my cutoff game is nasty. My cutoff game is nasty. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I cut a motherfucker off fast in a hurry. Not Miss Fine shit. Oh, it's definitely Miss Carter. But okay. Um, my cutoff game is nasty. Okay, I cut people off instantly. All right, I've actually started to relax a little bit. Okay, and I've started to think about things a little bit deeper. Okay, okay, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. I'm doing better, and I'm looking at the situation of how am I being benefit? How are people benefiting me? Okay, I'm not looking at how I could change their actions to benefit me. I'm looking at how they can benefit me. Okay, that's a different way of looking at it. That's a different way of looking at it. I think a lot of people are constantly on this energy where they are always trying to figure out how can I change this person so it can benefit me instead of dealing with the motherfuckers that actually truly benefit them. I miscut somebody off quick. I promise y'all I am. Y'all know I am. I block people so fast, cut them off because I don't see you as beneficial. One thing about it is I don't mind cutting off dead weight. You dead weight. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're a liability. And see, what I've realized is people that are actually assets, that you got to release looking at them as an asset for what you see them as an asset for. Yep, yep, yep. Everybody not ready to hear that. They're not ready to hear that. They're not ready to hear that. But it's the truth. You have to stop looking at the people in the world as the asset you want them to be. You see what I'm saying? People are playing their parts in your life very well. Remember, the North Node is in Pisces, baby. This is literally karmic justice. It's what people, it's literally spiritual justice. It's past lives. I told you. You were friends in that lifetime. They come back in this lifetime. Now they're your boss. Now they're, instead of you feeling the connection of them being your best friend from when y'all were, friends 3 lifetimes ago, you accept them for being your boss and your mentor in this lifetime. People not ready for that type of wisdom right there. That's a different type of wisdom because that takes a different type of understanding. That takes a different type of clarity. That takes a different type of intimacy and vulnerability. Can you be vulnerable with someone that is you known from a past life to be in your life this time in the way that God sees fit? If you were married to them 3 lifetimes ago and they come in this lifetime and they're nothing but a sponsor, they're nothing but a best friend, they're nothing but a help, can you accept that they might not be the husband this lifetime? Can y'all accept that people in your life or the people coming into your life might not be in your life for the way that you see them fit? Are you going to deny the abundance? Y'all can sit here and play all you want to, but sometimes abundance isn't just given to you based off of the hard work. Sometimes sorry. Sometimes abundance isn't given to you based off your hard work. Sometimes it's rewarded through someone else's. It might be someone else's karma to give you abundance. But people don't be ready to hear that yet. That's the realest shit I think I've ever learned and accepted. Not everybody's karma in the world is negative karma. Not everybody's out here going through hell in order to pay back karma. Some people's karma when they come into this lifetime is to love you, to provide for you, to sponsor you. To people not ready for that. Cause it's like, no, if it's not this way, you know what I'm saying? You basically trying to tell God how to bless you. And that's crazy because I'm telling you, if God told you the truth before you were able to accept it and have the awareness, you would be like, you're a liar, and you would sabotage it. Why y'all think a lot of y'all family dynamics ain't the same no more? Why do y'all think y'all family dynamics aren't the same anymore? If what I'm saying isn't true, those that have the issues with their mother, you wouldn't have been able to cut her off and find peace. Oh, but people don't be ready for that. If what I'm saying is not true, you wouldn't have been able to cut your mother off and find peace. If what I'm saying is not true, you wouldn't have been able to cut your father off and find peace. How can you find peace after you cut off the people that physically created you in this lifetime? Why? Because you gave up seeing them as the asset you thought they were. This some next level shit right here. This some shit that you're going to have to sit with. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to sit here and lie and try to make it seem like this something that everybody going to be able to grasp and understand off rip. Hell no. Hell no. People going to be like, okay, I need a couple minutes to comprehend that. Why was I born into a family and I found peace? Why was I born into a family was always going through all this turmoil with this family, I finally decided to go on my own, or I decided to take my own family and my own energy, protect it, hold boundaries. Now I'm at peace. But that's your mom's though. That's your sister though. You see what I'm saying? That's your dad though. So why can't we have that same outlook when God places certain people in our life? I see a lot of women in the upcoming year. I see a lot of women that ran to religion backing up. I see a lot of women that ran to spirituality backing up. Why are they backing up? Because of the fact that they saw the religion and the spirituality as an asset for how they saw it as an asset whole time. They were supposed to step into that to understand it, to overcome it, and to be well rounded. See, a lot of women not ready for that. They got stuck into it because of the fact that they needed support. They didn't have no family. They don't got no friends. So they ran to the religion. They ran to those that spoke the same words as them. You are going to see a lot of pastors stepping down. You're going to see a lot of churches fall because of the fact that, let's just be real, people only go towards that community because of the fact that they feel like who they were, the community that they were born into, does not support them. If you don't feel supported through a life that you don't understand, and you don't have enough confidence to move forward, where you think you're going to run to? Hmm? Where you think you're going to run to? Where you think you're going to run to? You going to run to the things that have a lot of people in it, right? You're going to run to the things that have a lot of people in it because you know it's supporting that, right? Let's be honest. There's not a community, and the people that don't run to it because it's a lot of people into it, what they do is they try to create it because they're fighting that part of them that felt like they weren't seen or heard. It's a difference between being the natural leader, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I could, I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret, and this is just real shit. Every leader out there didn't want to be the leader at some point in their life. Every natural born leader, like this is what they came into this lifetime to be. They did not want to be a leader. I remember crying, asking them. They used to be like, "You're a leader." You know what I'm saying? People know I've ripped. They can feel my energy. You're a leader. I used to cry because I was so tired of people telling me that, because I always felt like there was a target on my back. People could do the same shit I was doing, but for some reason, since I'm a leader, now I'm getting the consequences. People want to basically use me as an example of like, well, if you do this, this is what will happen. But whole time, if they do that shit, don't shit happen to them. Every natural born leader, if a motherfucker is a leader of a community, if they a leader of a group, if they a leader, ask them, have you ever regret being a leader at one point? If they be like, no, I've always known I was a leader, I always was this, they're a liar, and they're never a real leader. They were a follower that got fucking fed up from following the wrong people, and they decided to rebel against that, became a leader, and found a whole bunch of other weak-minded individuals. Yeah. There ain't a leader out here that can tell you that they actually, because they see it. First of all, being a leader is a blessing and a curse. Man, I only see it as a power move now because I don't care about no crowd. I don't give a fuck about no crowd. I only see me being a leader as powerful as I am. The last couple of years that I've actually had a collective, I've had a crowd, is because of the fact that I don't give a fuck about no crowd. Like I don't care to run alone. It don't bother me. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me. When they say it get lonely at the top, I had to understand that in a very harsh way. But anybody that tries to pump their chest and say, I've always been a leader, this has always been my path, that they're lying. They're lying. Their foundation of their leadership is based off of their pain and hurt. Period. And don't let nobody finesse y'all, because that's exactly what the fuck they gonna do. People are gonna try to emotionally manipulate you with a sob ass story of their testimony that is full of bullshit. People only tell y'all testimonies, and this is not all the time. This is not all the time, but I'm gonna give it a very high percentage. People only tell testimonies when they need people to believe what they trying to sell. Because if you pay attention to how the world is going, there's really nothing of the past we need to discuss. There's really nothing of the past we need to discuss. Hell, you don't even need to be posting old pictures of yourself because you're not even that person anymore. So therefore, what is there to discuss? See, people not gonna like that because it's, oh, well, this is what made me. Okay. And who are you now? Are you gonna keep running the same narrative? Are you gonna keep running the same stories? How many times black people gonna keep saying we were slaves? We were, and we were royalty. So which side of the fence are you on now? Because see, I don't identify with slavery. I don't need to bring up slavery. I don't, my ancestors don't remind me of harsh times. I don't know nothing about that. I don't my ancestors don't, they don't remind me of struggle. So why do you keep reminding us of yours? Why do you keep reminding us of your struggle? What foundation are you building off of that struggle? You went through that to build the character that you are now, okay? A real person that can utilize the struggle that they went through, a real person that can utilize the struggle that they went through, knows it's no need to keep bringing up the struggle. It's no need to keep bringing up the struggle, baby. So you trying to tell me you was homeless, you didn't have no car, you didn't have this, you didn't have that, you lost every job, you went through abuse, you went through that. You gonna keep telling that story 12 years later? you gonna keep you gonna keep telling that story 12 years later? Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. I don't know why y'all think that your legacy, or you, why you think your grace, your glory is built off your struggle, and you supposed to keep telling the story of struggle. Can I hear a positive story yet? I think one of the biggest things that I tell people is like, oh yeah, I don't drink or smoke, and maybe you want to talk about, oh, well, how long and what made you stop. I don't fucking know. I just don't have a calling for it anymore. Why we gotta go reminiscing of what made me stop? What, you want to hear a sob story? Well, I was on crack 3 years ago, and then I decided to spiral down this wind hall of being an alcoholic. Like that, what you want to hear? You don't want to just hear me say I just don't fuck with it. It's just not my thing. It's just not my thing. I literally be feeling like when Woody was like, "Why are you shrugging your shoulders?" Because they my shoulders. Because like what? Like why? The success that you have, do you exercise? Baby, yes. I walk all the time. I'm tired. I be walking in heels, okay? I'm tired. I just don't understand that, why everybody thinks that their foundation and their glory has to be built off of struggle. Struggling was only supposed to help you build character. That's all it was supposed to do. I don't know why everybody's taking in the sense of struggle was supposed to be like, that was supposed to be your story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's, again, once again, external validation and support. If people knew that I was an alcoholic for 21 years, they'll support me more. If people knew I was a prostitute for 14 years, they would support me more. I might tell a joke, but I never tell a lie. It's pride. Pride is the devil. Oh, pride is the devil. Pride is the devil. Pride is the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil. And it's so sad because of the fact that one thing that I keep feeling about the energies is like, in order to raise your frequency, I think there has to be a lot more silence. And then because there's a lot more silence, that means that the mind actually is talking more. And since you can't talk and listen at the same time, I think that the lack of conversations with self is really hurting our community. No, they had me watch one of your videos and you said you drunk lean or something. I was like, how did I never heard that before? I did. Yeah, because I don't talk about that shit. I don't talk about me being on, I don't, it's because what the fuck? Beat Pluto, bitch, like, what the fuck? Like, that shit is not important. Thank you so much. That shit is not important. Like, what the world? I don't have to I told people, you don't need to see people's lives to know that they're abundant. If you can't, if you like the video with the blur in it, with the blur, what's the blur? Girl, I'm screaming. People be over here just, you know what I'm saying? I don't really talk about it. Thanks, Gabby. But I don't really talk about that shit because it's just like, what the fuck? If you can't work on yourself, work on your frequency to feel that someone else is blessed, what the hell? What the hell? Like, okay, example. This girl, she was on TikTok and she was like, y'all be wanting to listen to people about manifestations and beauty glamour magic and stuff like that, but look at them. Girl, that sound like an old ass video, especially if I'm talking about the dots. The dots. You called it weird shit. Girl, send me the link. Send me the link. But nah, I'm serious. This is not a game. It's 3 years ago. That's fucking crazy. If I'm talking about the Ten of Pentacles, that sound like some old shit. Cause the dots, man, look. And I bet y'all that Ten of Pentacles, when it came to community, the dots all fucking aligned and they all matched. And they still do. People don't understand what's going on in the world. And I just feel like, okay, let me push myself. Okay, let me, and not push myself in a way where I'm tired. I know if I put my mind to it, I could take over this YouTube shit. The lives that I did on TikTok, I bet you if I flip that shit again, it'll be lit. I know it. I know it for a fact. I know for a fact. That's why me and TikTok not getting along, because I just feel like I just want to get on TikTok and have fun. I don't really want to have too many think pieces because my think pieces is a little bit too deep. You dig what I'm saying? Like, my think piece is a little bit too deep. And I already be ahead of the game. So I'm really just saying, everything that be happening on TikTok is shit I already said was going to happen. So it's like, it's boring to me now. You know, it makes me feel like, and I don't mean this in like no disrespectful way to people that, you know, be on TikTok or whatever. But like, I feel like I'm not being challenged enough on TikTok. I feel like I'm in a class full of people. I don't mean, y'all, for those that know me know I don't mean no harm, but y'all know this is how honest I am about my mind. I feel like I'm in a class and I'm too smart to be in the class. So now I'm bored because I'm too smart. That's how I feel. And YouTube, this a bigger ball game. man, YouTube is a bigger ball game. Like, this is a bigger ball game. TikTok is really like a small thing, you know what I'm saying? Why it don't be working? I don't like that. What it say? What it say when you try to message me? Cause I do be getting messages, cause that's how people be booking their readings with me or booking their sessions with me. They are. And you know that's why ginger hair look beautiful on black women. That's why ginger hair looks so beautiful on black women. Or DM me on TikTok. I think it should work. Or DM me on the FaceTime page on TikTok. I know one of them work. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a class where like I'm just too smart. So I just like I need to challenge myself. And I know YouTube gonna make me challenge myself because YouTube is a whole other fucking ball game. Anybody can find you on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody on TikTok. Everybody's on YouTube. Hell, YouTube come up on Google. It come up on everything. You know what I'm saying? YouTube, somebody could be watching a damn video about cooking, all of a sudden you pop up in their suggestions. You dig what I'm trying to say? So it's just like I know that this is pushing me to be in a bigger predicament, because at the end of the day, if I did it once, I could do it again. If I built a community on TikTok, I can build a community on YouTube. It's nothing, and I know it's nothing. I think it's just the fact of that I ain't got no excuse. I can sit here and try to come up with 18 different reasons, but I have no excuse. I've had a YouTube for how long? I've been posting on YouTube for how long? I just don't be consistent. And I think that I would think I was looking for a lot of like instant gratification on YouTube, and that's not how YouTube works. YouTube literally is like one of the ones where you got to understand, like, you got to lay the foundation. You got to lay the foundation. You got to stand 10 toes down, and you got to move. Like, it was so crazy because I think I got monetized. Am I monetized on TikTok? I mean, on YouTube? I think I did. Like, I ended up getting monetized on YouTube very early. Like, I became a YouTube partner like very early. I don't know when they like lowered they requirements or whatever, but I end up getting it. So it's like now I'm just be bullshit, not doing nothing with it. And I know for a fact that that's what it's pushing me to do, because I don't need to be anywhere in an energy where I'm restricted. Only thing YouTube be telling us is don't copyright shit. You know, it's just the copyright thing. And that okay, we could deal with that. I can figure that out. But everything else when it comes to views and it comes to that, this is where I know I can thrive, and I just need to put my mind to it, because there's a lot of things that I'm actually going to switch and do. And I want to take my TikTok into a new direction, because I don't have time to be doing think pieces on there, because if people's attention span isn't long enough on TikTok and they can just scroll on YouTube, they're not doing that. People are literally watching people vlogs, hour vlogs, 30-minute vlogs. Like, they just watching them. They own people lives. So it's like, okay, let me put my mind together to be like, this gives me more options. So it's like that postpartum depression conversation. Let me tell y'all something. You guys will see more happier mothers carrying kids and having kids during Jupiter and Cancer, because they will heal certain things. Just seen a video today where the girl was like, your child would thank you if you were a bad bitch first and a mom second. I've been saying that for years. So many people wanted to sit there and be like, oh, well, when it comes to moms and you need to focus on being a mom. Bitch, you focusing on being a mom is why your kid has all this trauma. You were focusing so hard on being a mom, your kid is now full of traumatic experiences. Because how can you focus on being a mom when you A, didn't have a good mom example, and B, you don't really know how? So why not focus on being a better you? So it literally just reflects. So when you're having emotional, irregular emotional experiences, or, like situations, you're able to regulate your emotions. Okay. When you're having a time of a lack of patience, you're able to identify that so you can handle it better. When you need to explain something to your child, you're not trying to explain it to them like they're freaking stupid, and you're going to utilize your confidence to tell them something confidently. How can a mother teach your child how to be confident and she's not? How can a mother teach their kids how to regulate their emotions? She don't know how. So why focus on being a mom when you might need to focus on being a baddie, being a confident woman? You don't know how to be a mom because you didn't come to earth to be a mom. That's how women be parenting their daughters and their kids. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I want to play their favorite song, but they how they like to sue. I'm telling you. Because I'm going to tear these bitches up the entire year. I told y'all I am going to call out women during this women empowerment. Oh, everybody talking about women empowerment. Oh, I'm for the women. I want the women to win and all that. Y'all over here listening to Auntie Sprinkle. Auntie Sprinkle don't even like to hang around a lot of women. She don't even have a lot of friends. Yeah. Wait till y'all realize that the most powerful women don't have entourages. They don't have cliques. It be them and like one other person, them and their kids. They don't hang around a lot of bitches. So when I peep a woman that got a whole, it don't add up to me. The most powerful women do not have a lot of people around them. Close? Close? Come on. 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 Let's wake up, people. Let's wake up, people. Everybody knows women are the most powerful thing in the world. And since women are the most powerful thing in the world, that means they're the most dangerous thing in the world. That's why the most powerful women don't never have women around them as much. Women that are in happy marriages, ask them how many friends they have. Close friends. Close friends. Women that do business together, ask them how many women are involved. It's not funny. It's quite hilarious. Who? To what? What shorty? Man, I don't trust no bitch that got a whole bunch of friends. I don't care what y'all say. Sisterhood is full of scams, haters, and weak links. Sisterhoods are full of haters, girls that are trying to heal from trauma, and weak links. Out of every friend group, there's only 3 close friends. The rest of them are haters. The rest of them are trying to fill a void that they can't fulfill through themselves. A lot of them are using their friends as placeholders until they get a man. Don't let these people lie to y'all. People talking about, oh, the community, I want a sisterhood. No, you want to fulfill a void until you get a man. And a lot of these women are fighting that they're gay. That's another one. That's another one. You know, that's one thing that I love about like Cancer energy. Cancer energy is all about like intimacy and emotions, and a lot of people they go they go based off what they feel how a home should look. So a lot of people feel like a home should look like a man and a woman and kids and a dog and a fish and a bird. In reality, their home is actually supposed to have 2 women, a dog, a fish, and a bird, and no kids. And when Jupiter goes into Cancer, you'll see more of that. I blocked you. Well, toodaloo then. Toodaloo. Why YouTube be reminding the video mid-live? They be doing too fucking much for me. Like, I don't know why people want to lie. I'm telling you, the same way men come to this midlife crisis that they want to get married and have kids, so do women. Women are like, I want to have kids at this age. But I'm telling y'all, a lot of people are not supposed to be like, a lot of people are not supposed to be, you're not supposed to have children. You're not supposed to be with a man. You're not, I mean, and I think if people get over how a home is supposed to look to society, I think once we get into this, I think we'll see a lot more. It'll be a little bit more acceptable. I think because Pluto is an Aquarius, it will be more acceptable. And not saying that you needed the acceptance from anybody. Let me just be very clear. It's not that you needed the acceptance to live the life that you wanted to live. I really feel like a lot more people needed to understand that this is actually a norm. The husband, the wife, the kids, the parrot, the fish, that wasn't necessarily the norm. That was society's norm. And I think that a lot of people are going to realize, wow, my norm, my norm is actually how I see it to be fit. That's why a lot of people households aren't happy. I told you, a lot of people that try to play that happy household shit, it literally is happy wife, happy life, empty nutsack. That is actually the thing when it comes to men and women. But I'm realizing that a lot of people that live that false narrative of a happy home, as a Lilith in Cancer, I want kids, but I truly believe it ain't gonna happen. You know what's so crazy? I don't think that for myself, but I ain't gonna lie. I've always wanted a surrogate. Another moderator just handled this. So, what moderators I got in here? Is the gang in here? Hello. I think about that because, this is a really good time for a lot of, if I could be honest with y'all, this is a really good time for people that have Lilith and Cancer. You guys really need to understand that you need to be living your truth. You see what I'm saying? Y'all really need to be living your truth because you've always been deemed as living wrong. You've given too much to someone that wanted to basically repel the love that they needed, or you've utilized emotional manipulation at pretty privilege. That's an emotion. If I could be honest, pretty privilege is an emotional manipulation, and it's not a bad thing. I promise y'all, it's not. But because you get people's emotions in a frenzy down there, once again, the sacral is the emotions, it's the sexual energy, the creative energy. Because I told y'all, once you get somebody's emotions in a frenzy, they'll do whatever they want for you. So that's why I said you can't take people's actions personal right now. Because if you look at it, it's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. If you allow them to project their actions upon you, you're basically telling them, I'm okay with you deflecting. I'm okay with you lacking accountability. And see, that can't happen. That can't happen. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all that. That can't happen. You can't allow someone to project. You see what I'm saying? You can't allow someone to project certain things onto you and you accept it. Because then you're saying, okay, I'm okay with you not taking accountability. No, you have to literally stop it right there. This is a reflection of you. You're not fulfilled. You're not happy. You're not open. This has nothing to do with me. Y'all need to start telling people that instead of asking them, like, why did you do this to me? Ask them, well, why did you do that? Not to you. Why did they do it, period? See, a lot of people are so used to dealing with people. And I'm just tell y'all this. I'm going to tell y'all this. So many people, me having Lilith and Cancer, I'm telling you, it's so many things I've been wanting to express to people, but y'all wasn't ready to hear it. I'm telling y'all, a lot of people, they wanted to bite my head off about this shit. They wanted to be like, that's not true. Bitch, I'm literally telling you that I see the darkness and demons of people, and you're trying to tell me that's not true? Bitch, please. You think that they're a runner and a track star, and that person literally cries at night. Are you serious? That's why I love them the way that I love them, because I saw the darkness. While you're thinking that one thing about it is, one thing I tell you, but one thing I will tell y'all is my spirit know a real crazy motherfucker. My spirit know a real crazy motherfucker. When I told y'all I went on that date with that man and something about my spirit fell off, and he brought that vial and that damn thing talking about that was his insulin, but I ain't never seen him stick himself, and he never want to show me the insulin or the needle. My spirit know a dark motherfucker. I got the fuck on. See, but I know when somebody is literally just hurting and deprived of love and their mother doesn't love them. See, that's what I do know. That's what I do know. Yeah. Let me tell you something. So when I'm telling y'all, a lot of people out here are literally suffering. They're suffering. I keep telling my collective, and my collective I already know, but I'm going to tell new people in here, because there's people in here, I don't even know who in here, but hey, hello, good evening. We are a society that will not heal their mother issues. Mother issues are the most hardest thing to overcome. Why? Because it takes honesty, it takes vulnerability. Yes, yes, it takes truth. See, everybody's like, oh, father wounds, father wounds, father wounds. If you healed your mother wounds, your father wounds will be nothing. I promise you. Me healing my mother wounds is the reason why I know that strong women don't keep a lot of bitches around them. You argue with the world. Don't argue with me. I'm telling you, because women that heal their mother issues understand that women are very dangerous. Their spirits are dangerous. We literally birth children. And you mean to tell me that a woman is not to another woman very detrimental for her success? A man will always be a woman's downfall. A woman will kill it. The man could be the reason, but another woman will kill it. B. Simone and the other girl podcast dead now. A man might be the reason, but another woman will kill it. There are women. Do y'all not know there's women out here that will literally set you up because you date the man she like? Do y'all not know that it is women out here that will do negative things to you because she don't like the way you look? Do you not know bitches will befriend you knowing that they hate your guts because they just want to figure out what the sauce is? Do y'all not know this? Why do y'all think? Come on, man. Come on. Y'all can't be this naive. Y'all can't be. Man, the world's so foul right now. I'm trying to tell y'all. I don't got nothing against women. I love women. I think women are beautiful. I love women. Love women. When I go to the strip club, I want to see the bitches. I'm here for the bitches. I'm here for the bitches. Never been to the male strip club. Everything I do is for the bitches. But I'm telling you, I know women are the most dangerous thing in the world. So I keep every woman at arm's length. I'll never tell you nothing that you can't go tell other people. And I'm not a girl's girl. I'm a my girl's girl. So of course, if I see a woman that I feel energy, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell her your tag is out, your makeup is wrong, or I'm gonna give you advice. That don't mean we're friends. That don't mean we're friends. I believe in that. Because I am comfortable in my femininity, I can be pleasant with the woman. I can be gentle with the woman, but that don't mean we're friends. I understand what true power means to women, and women literally fiend for it. Every woman wants to become an independent woman. Everybody wants to become a loving woman, a powerful woman, a feminine woman. Why do y'all think there's so many women right now trying to follow the same tactics, trying to follow the instructions of Auntie Sprinkle Sprinkle and all these other feminine coaches instead of trying to find the essence within themselves? Why do y'all think that? Why do y'all think people literally watch their videos on repeat in their sleep? If you actually found the essence within self, half of those things, it would already come naturally to you. If you actually found the essence within self, it would actually come natural to you. But see, hey, but when I said that, people was like, "Oh, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know." Why would I listen to? First of all, you're only listening to people that can show you the outcome of life that you think you seek. They're not showing you the actual steps of how they took it to get the outcome. So therefore, if you don't see the outcome, you can't believe that it's true because you don't know how to find the essence within yourself to feel the abundance. I don't have to show proof of the shit that I got to tell you that I am blessed. What is that going to do for you? That doesn't do nothing but make a motherfucker that needs and wants it excited to be around a bitch like me, and I can't deal with that. Been there, done that. No, sir. No, sirski. That's why I teach that shit so hard. That's literally why I teach everybody, like, if people can't feel the blessing within you, the abundance within your spirit, you're doing it wrong. If they got to see the purses you got, the cars you drive, the money you got, if they got to see that in order to believe you, if they can't see based off the way you take care of yourself, the way you pour into yourself, the way you pray over yourself, the way you love yourself, the way you parent yourself, you are doing it wrong. You don't need to see that you don't need to see that I'm out here doing what I'm doing to know that I understand what Auntie Sprinkle Sprinkle's saying, that I'm in the sprinkle sprinkle effect. What you need to see that for? What you need to see that for? What that gonna do for you? You didn't get the money, I did. So what that gonna do for you? You don't need to know the sauce that I use in order to get it. I'm telling you now, I didn't have to sell no pussy. I didn't sell no pussy for it. I promise you. So that doesn't even matter. That doesn't even matter. I'm telling y'all, there are so many things in this world that I really just be like, why in the world do you need to be a girl's girl? Or why in the world do you need to see a woman's outcome in order for you to believe that's her? And then when you find out what she did for it, then it's, oh my God, I can't believe it. Well, bitch, if you stayed in your own lane, found your own essence and your own energy, you wouldn't even be worried about how that bitch got that outcome. I think so many people are so accustomed to a fast life that they don't realize that a fast life means that the shit might not stay for long. People be in Jupiter energy. Let me explain this in astrological terms because this is a men and women type of thing. People be in Jupiter energy. Okay, let me tell y'all something. People be in a Jupiter energy. And what I mean by being in a Jupiter energy, they're always in an expansive energy. They always want to expand. They always want to expand. What happens when people always want to expand? They put themselves in rooms that they necessarily don't need to be in or can't afford to be in. So then what they're trying to do is trying to find other things to expand in. Trying to find ways to expand. And then what it happens is they end up being in a pyramid scheme. They end up being scammers. Yeah, so now they have a lifestyle that they can't keep up with. They're in Jupiter energy. See, the thing about it is everybody sees Jupiter in a sense of luck and abundance, which is true, but it's also expansion and it's perspective, meaning that you literally are trying to fight to stay in rooms that you just should have naturally grown in the essence of, because you realize that if you found the natural essence within you, there is actually rooms you didn't even need to walk into. You're sitting in a group seminar that you didn't need to be in. So example, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Let's say you sign up for an 8-week course because you wanted to get to being a millionaire so bad. You signed up for an 8-week course. Okay, because who is teaching that course is a millionaire. You're like, if I sign up for this 8-week course, do the steps just like them, I could become a millionaire, right? Boom. So you go sit in these courses. By the third course, you're like, bro, what the fuck am I learning? None of this resonates with me. Then you look over and it's someone else and they started where you started. Y'all both had the same goal of being a millionaire. Your 8-week course is over 2 months. They became a millionaire in 3 days. Well, how did you do it? You took the easy way out to go find an outlet. They took the time to pray about it. They took the time to meditate about it. They took the time to learn themselves. So when y'all come back to it, they ask you, oh my God, what did you learn in the course? You can't even tell them because it's shit that don't even resonate, meaning that that shit went in one ear and bounced off because it didn't feed your soul. You ask them, well, how did you do it? Oh, well, you remember that idea that I was telling you about that I like to make bracelets? Well, yeah, I started making the bracelets and then I sold it to one friend and then that friend told another friend and then that friend actually ends up owning this jewelry store. They put me in the jewelry store, ran a special, and yeah, that's what happened. But I digress. But I digress. People don't be wanting to hear it like that, but I digress. Because that's exactly what this shit is. The amount of time you took in an 8-week course to find out how to be a millionaire, I did that shit in 3 days. The amount of time that you're going to spend trying to figure out how to build a YouTube channel, you could be doing that shit in 3 days. Stop playing. Stop playing. Stop playing. I just had somebody post on my TikTok in all caps. Bring back the herbs. I don't even know what the fuck video they were talking about. That's all I saw was bring back the herbs, all caps. No, hey, OG, no, OG, could you? It was straight. It was a direct sentence. And I know for a fact that the herbs is what God is really pushing me to get back to, because I was talking to somebody and they was like, why don't you just go ahead and just start it back up? It's like, what could happen? And it was like, you just change your website. And I was like, I didn't even say nothing. I just was like, oh, I don't have no reason to not. If I could be so honest with y'all, I have no reason to not. That's why I believe that certain people come into your life to wake certain things up in you. And that's it. That's why I'm not looking for people to be permanent. I feel like those that are going to come into my life to be permanent, they just going to be there. They just going to be there. And I don't mean like they just gonna be taking up space. Like they're an asset, like I'm an asset. They, you know what I'm saying? They're valued just like I'm valued. So it's like they just gonna be there. Like they're not gonna be. There's nothing that can probably ever push them away. They're just going to be there. And that's what I think a lot of people need to grasp that concept, because one thing that cancers don't understand is you don't gotta clip your claws into everything. What's gonna be there, you don't gotta clamp onto it. Remember this. Remember this, what I'm telling you right now. From today, whatever time it is, wherever you at, whatever is meant to stay in your life, you don't got to clamp onto it. It's just going to sit next to you. That's the secret. That's the sauce. Y'all, I got this blanket when I flew first class. I don't know if you're supposed to take the blankets from first class or not, but I got this blanket when I flew first class. And I'm trying to tell you, bro, this blanket ain't no hoe. Mm. This blanket ain't no hoe. I love this blanket. I don't even know if you're supposed to take the blankets off the plane, but I sure did. But yeah, they're not, you don't have to clamp your closet. I'm telling you, it is. It's a Saks Fifth Avenue blanket. I'm finna go to Saks and get one for the house. Need that. But yeah, now for real though, I gotta go to bed. But let me take my little gummy. I don't play about these. I don't even buy these by the travel pack no more, baby. I buy these by the big old bottle. I don't get no weird dreams like you do when you take regular melatonin. I don't get no weird dreams. And that's good, because melatonin, let me tell y'all something as well. Y'all do need to start incorporating, I'm not going to tell y'all to do that just yet until I actually do it. Because when I do it, I know if it's actually worth it or not, or was God just trying to tell me to do it. One thing I'm also learning in this teacher lifestyle is the fact that sometimes the Lord is telling me to do different things. I don't need to teach the class. Okay? Sometimes I just need to do it my damn self. I don't need to teach y'all to do it. So, yeah. You need to work on your, just incorporating more vitamins, supplements, Okay. But I'm glad I did this live. I got some new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We gets down on the YouTube lives, okay? I'm doing better. I'm doing more of them. Excuse me. I'm doing more of them frequently. So if you're new here, welcome. Yes, eating your supplements and your vitamins. I eat dragon fruit. It has potassium and vitamin C. Oh, I've actually need to start eating a little bit more vitamin C and iron. I've been needing to eat more vitamin C and iron. That's something that I did say I need to eat more of, dead serious, because I'm starting to chew ice again, and that ain't good. I mean, I know that probably comes from, like time of the month, but still, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter. So yeah, I need to get right on that. But oh, that sounds good. I feel like that'll help my craving for ice. Eat frozen fruit. Why your lips look so tasty? JD, you need to relax. You just say anything. Okay. I love y'all. I'll be back maybe tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then we'll definitely talk coming up, okay? But you guys will catch me more on here than you will on TikTok. I'm doing better. Toodles.